Hello and welcome to the Tarot de Marseille reading for November 4th, 2021. A full dark moon in Scorpio. We start off in the past with the devil. Now, the devil is unlimited creativity. This could be extremely good or extremely bad, as anything that is unlimited, anything that knows no bounds, risks finding those places where things get really, really uncomfortable. They also risk at finding the points of euphoria. So the devil is a loaded card because of its unlimited possibilities. And in this particular past, it leads us to the Three of Cups, the emotions in action, social outings, social entanglements, the movements of society. And the movements of society led us to a social contract. Places where the instincts define the balance of order. A place where matter rests. And from this social contract, we reached joy in matter, where the material existence was a pleasant one, and this was closely guarded by the Queen of Cups, keeping all her secrets. And to her back was the King of Cups, who reveals some of these secrets. They are looking away from each other, so their efforts are individual. And emotions are what best guide life. The emotional element is the water element. And the water element is that which is closest to life. So if you want to look at the conveniences of life, look at your emotions. And that is what is happening here, as we have had a trip through all possibility with the devil. It has affected society. It's just the movements of society. Contracts, social contracts were formed. It came out to the good, the joy in matter. And it is closely watched by both of our patrons of emotion, both the king and the queen. Although they are not looking at each other, so their efforts might not be as coordinated as we would expect. In the present, we have start off with the Five of Cups, the extremes of emotion, the places where emotion meets spirit. Now, this can always be taken, the spiritual, in dealing with the Five of Cups, the spiritual is the most decisive factor in how things will come up. If we do not consider the spiritual and just consider the material, it will go awry. But if we consider the spiritual, we will find a way through these extremes of emotion. And we do seem to find a way through these extremes of emotion, because the next card is the 7 of staffs, the victory of instinct, the place where instinct has everything it needs to move forward, and it takes us into another extreme, the extremes of matter. And again here, especially here, in the extremes of matter, in the 5 of coins, the extremes of matter deal with those places where matter meets spirit. Some might define this as death. The place where matter meets spirit. Of course, not all matter meets death, or so we think. The extremes of matter. Can also be those places where matter gets violent. And the way through here again is considering the spirit. When we consider the spirit, we don't give in to matter completely, and we are more willing to compromise in the affairs of matter. And if there's no compromise when faced with the extremes of matter, it will be bad. Of course, in this particular situation in our present, it seems to be good, because the next card is the Chariot, where we have everything we need to move forward. So it seems that through these extreme experiences, we have found what we needed to move forward. And where does it take us? To the Pope. Spirituality. The thing that orders the extremes. And this spirituality is looking towards the King of Swords. The Philosopher King. Philosophy. Reason. A spirituality that is looking towards reason could be a very good thing. Now we move on to the future, where we start off with the 8 of Cups. Justice and emotion. The place where emotions know their extremes, but keep to the center. The balance is what is sought after. Justice. And in the 8 and justice and emotion, everyone is considered to be balanced. Everyone is considered to be not the same, but of equal value, regardless of the differences. And this phenomenon leads us on to the 6 of Swords, the joy of thought. The place where our thoughts are joyful, where thinking through things is a pleasant experience. And this thinking through things as a pleasant experience allows us to find the star. The place where the universe's purpose is made apparent to us, and our own purpose becomes revealed through it. The magician closely looks upon the star. The magician is he who knows things from their source and moves effortlessly through whatever comes about. And the magician seems to maneuver, manufacture understanding. He makes people read into things. He makes people listen. And this will end us off with the King of Staves, the King of Instinct, the King of Action. Once all this understanding is taken into account, we will be ready for action, and the King of Action himself will lead us through. Thank you very much for watching.